Hi guys, welcome to the video, and today I want to talk about the limitations of research. Now, the first thing I have to say before we start is that research is crucial to our lives as a species. When we're talking about life-threatening situations, in terms of diseases like cancer and stuff like that, research is hugely important in progressing our species along to help develop cures for it, or just so we can know more about it. Research is crucial to our lives. But if we go down to more kind of day-to-day factors and we take the life-threatening situations out of it that are hugely important, if we go to day-to-day activities and the research involved with that, less important things like sport and things like that, then research can be, let's say, unreliable. And the reason is they are unreliable is, I'll give you a few reasons for this. Number one, research often contradicts each other. So let's say in the media, you'll come across a piece of research that says one thing, and then a couple of weeks later, you'll come across research that says another. Let's take this lockdown, for example. There are some epidemiologists who are backing the lockdown. There's basically what should have happened. And then if you look outside the mainstream media to other sources, other doctors, epidemiologists are saying, why are you doing lockdown? Lockdown's not great. Should have used herd immunity and stuff like that. So you've got experts coming up with different opinions about it and what they've concluded from the research. And you've got research saying one thing and you've got research saying the other. Experts are saying face masks work. Other experts are saying face masks, it doesn't work, because of lack of research, which I'll come to later on. So they often contradict each other. Second thing is there's good and bad research. There's good research, which is double-blind studies that basically don't have no bias whatsoever, and then there's bad research where there's companies which are heavily biased in a certain outcome, and they're paying researchers to come up with that outcome so they can post it to back up their product and certain things like that. And the third thing is that research can never give you certainty of the subject. It can only add clarity. That's why you see a lot of research end with more research is needed. It's only there to add clarity, make a subject clearer. So, human beings cannot control every variable in life. Every human being reacts differently to a stimulus, any stimulus, depending on what you're researching. So to say that it can control every variable to come up with a certain outcome is rubbish. It can't do that. So with those kind of things, it's a contradicts each other. There's good and bad research like everything else, and then also it can't bring you certainty. That research is really useful. That's not to say that research is not useful. It's really useful, but it's missing one vital ingredient, and that's you. And to demonstrate that is the placebo effect. The placebo is something that's used in thousands of studies. It's basically to give the impression to the recipient that they're getting a treatment when they're not. The placebo is basically nothing. It doesn't improve. It's physically nothing, not meant to improve anything. But it's found through research that the placebo effect actually improves performance. It actually makes someone feel better. It changes people's perception of pain. It makes people stronger. It's come up with all these different things. So that's something else that muddies the water, and it just demonstrates people's intention. Those people were basically who got that advancement or improvement out of the placebo thought it was benefiting them in some way. And that means and shows you that it's your intention you bring to everything that matters, that completes the research. You'll get contradicting research in mainstream media. It's up to you to basically explore each one, experience it, and make up your own mind. It has to be there. Your judgment decision has to be there. So that's what you need to do. And as an athlete, you need to approach your training in some ways. How do you use this information? Well, basically, you actually make sure everything that you're doing in your training that I hate the word believe, but helps you, and you back it to the hilt. It's helping you, or you're open-minded about it. It's like running a 400-meter race. Two athletes are on the start line. One believes they're going to win, and one doesn't. Which one's going to win? It's most like the one that knows it's going to win. It's going to have more self-belief. That's going to run quicker if all talent was equal and all training was equal. So your intention you bring to everything is vitally important, and that's what you need to complete the research. It's your judgment, it's your decision making, how you feel about it that really important. Now, again, I must stress the point that in terms of life-threatening situations like diseases, if you're going through that, this doesn't cover it. You need to follow the research and the experts who say that. You need to follow it, and I really advise you, if you're going through that, follow the experts involved with it. But if you've got more unimportant factors like sport, like nutrition, that are not so acutely life-threatening, then you need to take a more open, objective view of things, of the research that comes up. You either need to actually make sure that you experience it to know for certainty, because someone can make something really work for them, and someone else, it might not work for them because they don't believe in it and stuff like that. So it's all about your intention. You're the vital ingredient to complete the limitations of research. Hope that video was helpful for you. Thanks for watching. If you could like the video, I would appreciate it. If you could share it, I would appreciate it. And if you could, I'll see you in the next video.